If you have a helper that can turn your pump switch, I was pointing at the wrong switch, as the water pressure in one of your faucets dwindled down to nearly nothing, hot or cold, is the water pressure in one of the other faucets in the home strong? Let's fix it. Look, the first thing you want to do is check and see if the screen that's right here is blocked with material. You know, we get these calcium deposits and such quite often here, and I clean this fairly often. So there's a screen in here that can get clogged up, but you can see there's nothing here. Turn your water on, and you know, nothing comes out hardly. But that's not the problem. You can go ahead and put that back on or leave it off, either way. So what we've got to do is gain access to the plumbing that these valves are connected to. In the case of this Moen Caldwell, you remove these top plugs. The water's off. Take a Phillips screwdriver, go down in here, take out both your valves. They lift straight up. I'm sorry, the handles. Take an adjustable wrench. Be real gentle with these. Take these nuts off top on both sides. Use your adjustable wrench and pull up on these valves. Again, your water has to be off here. Wiggle and pull straight up. There you go. Have a little rag handy for what's in the neck here is coming down and coming out of the hole here. That'll stop in a minute. Do the same thing to the other side, then we can get started. Now that you've got the valves removed, there's basically an open connection between these three. So what we're going to do is put water. It really doesn't matter which one you put it in, because it's all going to equalize. You can put it in either one, doesn't matter. It's filling up this whole U here. Fill this up. You're going to see the water level come up on the other side. Put it in the middle, it comes up that way. So there's water coming up to the top of both of these. What I'm going to do is plug the one in the middle, blow air with force into one of them, and blow the material out of the water and debris out of this one, and then reverse the process and do it the other way. What you're going to find is that there's sediment, because I've already blown this out once. There's a ton of sediment built up down in that tube, and it's blocking the ability for the water to pass through these valves. There was actually a huge chunk of this buildup inside one of these valves. But the real problem is what's down inside that tube. So you're going to get water blowing out of here. You want to, you know, take a rag or towel or something and just kind of divert the water. You're not blocking it, you're just cupping. You can even use your hand if you want, but you're going to get water everywhere if you don't do something. So and it's just unbelievable, the amount of stuff that comes out of there. It's continuing to come out. There's more and more in there. So keep doing this until there's nothing left but water. If you have an air hose with a blowing adapter on there, you could use, you know, a rag and make a seal and blow the air in that way. That'd be great, but mine's at my son's house, so I'm gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. If you have a helper that can operate the remote pump switch, then here's another way to do it. So with someone standing by the pump switch and all your valves are out, if you have a way to shut the outlet here, that'd be great. I do, so that I don't have to mess with it. If you don't, you're gonna have to plug it with something. Hold your hand over one side and ask your assistant to turn the pump on. Go ahead.
Seriously?
Yes, you're just going to hold your hand over this and divert the water into the sink. That's going to flush the line out better than you just blowing from one side to the other. Once you think it's clean enough, turn the pump off. Swap sides. Turn the pump on. Turn the pump off. Way better deal. I'm going to put some plain vinegar in there and let it sit for about 30 minutes. While you're waiting on your vinegar to react inside the plumbing here, take your valves, put a little vinegar on a rag, and clean up this area around where the O-rings are. Make sure there's no debris built up in those. That'll cause a leak. Now that we've got this vinegar that's been sitting in here for a half hour, we're going to take a soft bristle brush, such as a toothbrush. You don't have to go that deep. If you look at your valves, there's this part that stops right here, so you only need to go that deep into this hole to actually get the part that the O-rings seat on clean. So just brush those out real good. Now we want to go ahead and blow out some of this stuff. Just take a paper towel and dry the inside where the O-rings are going to sit. They being Moen, the instructions for replacing a valve tell you to do this. This isn't me that's telling you to do it. Moen's instructions say to dry this area. So you're going to install your new valves. The valves themselves will be dry, and this area where they sit in will be dry. Take a look again. When you're satisfied everything's clean, take your valves, which are dry. There's a little notch. Where's it at? Everything's white here. There's a notch right here and a corresponding notch on the side of your faucet. You want to line those up, give it a little wiggle, and seat it all the way down. These valves you can mix them either way, hot or cold, doesn't matter. They're the same. So do the same thing on the other side. Reinstall these nuts, and these do not have to be that tight. They're just holding that valve down, keeping it from popping up. Hand tight plus a little bit, okay? Put your handles back on. There we go. Had to hunt for that one. Those just screw right down. 2 caps. In the neck. Check out this O-ring right here. Make sure it's clean. There we go. Still swivels. Everything works right. You're going to test it for leaks. Well, that's it. I appreciate you guys watching once again on how to fix some of these faucet problems. Stay tuned, more to come. Thanks. Thanks for watching. I help. I know. Okay, baby. Thank you.